Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Cheryl, and this is my Life Without a Witness channel. Today, I want to introduce my new blog to you all. I want to show it to you, show you what's on there, and show you how to get to it. And I also want to talk to you about one of the books that I have not really talked about that much, not as much as I've talked about Firing God. But so it's been about 2 years since I've really had the desire to blog. Okay. When I wrote before I wrote Firing God, I was a blogging fool. Okay. I would write like 3, 4 blogs a day. Okay. Now it was private. My blog was private for a very, very long time because I was talking about some crazy stuff. Okay. So this was after all the things happened to me where I saw, the things that I saw that compelled me to leave Christianity. And, from there, just a whole bunch of things were just happening and I didn't understand them. And there was nobody I could talk to. Okay, I couldn't talk to my family. I couldn't talk to my friends. I couldn't talk to my minister because I was getting the same answer. Okay, I was getting, just pray about it. It's the devil. I was getting all the normal, typical run-of-the-mill, I've heard it before stuff. And because what happened was so significant, that stuff, I was not satisfied with that. Okay, it wasn't helping. So I was alone. I was really alone. I felt alone, okay? And there was really nobody I could talk to about any of the crazy thoughts and crazy experiences I was having. So I turned to blogging, okay? And when I would experience something, question something, just see something weird, I just blog about it, all right? And I didn't share it because I didn't want to be put in a straitjacket and admitted to a mental institution because I thought I was crazy. Okay. I thought I was going nuts. All right. But I wasn't. Okay. So now you all know about Firing God. Okay. And all my books are on Amazon and you can get them there if you want. So this is Firing God. Okay. This is the first book I wrote. And when did I write this book? Was it 2014? 2014. It was published November 2014. Okay. Now, all those crazy thoughts and blogging and all that stuff, I was 3, 4 times a day. After about a year, I had joined a couple groups on Facebook, some non-dual groups and other groups that were kind of talking about the stuff I was talking about, okay? And I ended up publishing it, okay? Because I felt, you know what? I'm not crazy, okay? I'm just beginning to see things differently. I am asking questions where before I never did, okay? Because I never, why would you ask a question if you think you have the answer, okay? Now I had realized I don't have the answer. So I need to question some stuff. So that didn't make me crazy, okay? That made me curious. That made me curious, okay? And I wanted to know what the hell is going on around here, all right? So all of those blog posts, well, most of the blog posts, I put into this book. Can you see that? Tales from Eternity, Armageddon. Uh-oh. Let me just read it. So it's Tales from Eternity, Armageddon, Orgasms, Kittens, and Gravity. Fun and entertaining pointers to truth. That's what I called it. Okay. It's also on Amazon. They're short stories. It's kind of like chicken soup for the soul. Okay, just little short blogs. Can't can't see that, it's too light. Okay, so here are some of the titles. The Beginning of the End, The Faces of Armageddon, What Are Words Exactly? One Color, Time for Questions, The Brightest Moon, Lost and Found in Space, California Dreamin', The Shadow World, Words with Friends, The Secret Key to Enlightenment, I Cannot Choose, Frozen, which is based on that Disney cartoon. Is the Color Blue Worth the Cost? That was a very fun one. I mean, they were all fun, but I love that one. Darkness Shining, Terminator. Yes, again, about the movie. So these are, they're everyday things, okay? And that's why the title is Armageddon, Orgasms, Kittens, and Gravity. There's a story about all of those things in here, but I relate it to the, I hate to use the word spiritual because it's not that. It's not spiritual. It's more, it's ordinary is what it is, right? So it's they're all related to this thing that I was now seeing and experiencing and, you know, discovering and all that. Okay. Or this state, it's still hard to talk about it, right? Because we don't really have the words. Okay, it's just hard to talk about. It's almost like if you've never eaten an orange, yet you're trying to explain to someone, no, not an orange, let's do a lemon. You've never eaten a lemon, but now someone is trying to explain to you what a lemon tastes like. Okay, and you know, when you think of, even if you think of a lemon, think of a lemon right now. Think of biting down into a lemon. Okay, you feel the little tingle in your jaw right here, or a pickle. Some of us feel like feel that if we think we're biting down into a pickle. That little, because that memory comes back. You know how sour a lemon is, okay? If you've never eaten one, I can explain till the cows come home and leave again. You will not get this right because you've never done it. Okay, there's only so much I can say. You'll never know until you actually bite the lemon. This is the same thing. This book, Tales from Eternity, Firing God, is me trying to explain to you the taste of a lemon. Okay, there's only so much I can do. There's only so many words in the English language or any other language that I can use to try to help you to taste the lemon. The goal is not for you to understand what a lemon is. It's to taste it, okay? And that you'll never do that. The book can be 500 pages, okay? You won't taste it until you actually taste it, okay? Now, all of this is me having bitten down on a lemon, okay? And now I'm trying to have you taste what I experience. So when I say lemon, you get this feeling, are you with me here? So there's only so much I can do, okay? And I love these stories. I love sharing them. I love talking about them. I love writing them. And this Tales from Eternity is the prequel to Firing God. I wrote all these blog posts, okay, trying to understand what was happening. Why was I seeing these things I'd never seen before, experiencing these things, thinking these thoughts, asking these questions that I'd never asked before? That's this right here. And it's weird. Like at the time, I'm like, something's wrong. This is weird, okay? So this is like being in my head, okay, before I wrote this, that led me to finally say, okay, this I haven't figured it out. Like, that's not what I'm saying. It's not that I figured it out, because I won't. I can't. And that's okay. However, I can see more clearly. I can see more clearly. Once I was able to, get all this out of my head and onto paper, and I would actually go back to my blog, and because sometimes I didn't know what I was writing. I just write. I had some experience. I remember I was in my sister's house, and I'm just sitting in the house, okay, sitting in the living room, and all of a sudden I felt so claustrophobic. I mean, it was I you would have thought I was in a box, buried underground, which was crazy. I had just as much space around me there as I have right here. So, but I felt so claustrophobic that I ran outside. Okay. I ran outside so I could breathe, get some space, some air. And it didn't go away. It didn't go away. I was just as claustrophobic outside as I was. And I'm like, I'm almost panicking, because I don't know, like, why am I feeling like this? And from that experience, okay, I wrote the story, The Color Red. Okay. No, it's called One Color, page 25. I wrote One Color after I had that experience. And in One Color, what I talk about is, what if everything we know, everything we come in contact with, what if our thoughts, what if us, we, the people we see, the words we speak, the foods we eat and taste, the stuff we sit on, what if everything was red? The color red, everything. I don't care, just whatever you think of, it's red. Whatever you can see, touch, smell was even red. Okay. What if everything was red? How would you know that? You wouldn't. You would not know. You can't have red unless you have a contrast. Okay. So when you read the blog post, that story and was me explaining this feeling of claustrophobia and how I interpreted that, in the context of all of this spiritual stuff that was happening to me at the time. Okay. So every one of these stories is based on some kind of experience like that. Okay. Some kind of weird, crazy, what the hell is this experience? All right. Now, I didn't put all of my blog posts in Tales from Eternity. It was a lot. I was doing like 3 a day, and I was writing for like a year. It was a lot of blog posts. I didn't put them all in here. I don't know. I think they might have like 30 stories in here, and they're short. They're like 1, 2, 3 pages. Okay. But they're very good. And so March of last year, I was hacked. Okay. Somebody got into my account. They got into my email, my Amazon, all of that stuff. Okay. So, after I calmed down and cussed them out and called them every name in the book and, all that stuff, I had to shut down my Gmail account. Okay. So when you do that, they offer you ways to save it. I was like, whatever, just shut it down. So all of my emails and everything associated with that Gmail account, I lost. Okay. Including my YouTube videos that I'd made with that account, and my blog. I had a blog on Blogspot called, what was it called? Life, It Really Is a Stage. That's what it was called. Life, It Really Is a Stage. So everything was gone there. I had about, I don't know, another 40 or so blogs. So somebody contacted me a couple of days ago. This guy who had been reading my blogs, when I had it back then. And, he said, "Where's your blog?" I've I've been looking for it. Right. Well, I've never I've always been writing. I was just not manic about it, like I was back then, like three a day, it almost trickled down to like maybe one a month or one every couple months. Okay. Because I just lost that urgency wasn't there anymore. So, but I have been blogging and I've been putting it on my website, which I just recently shut down. So you can't get to it. But the blog posts are there. So let me show you my current blog that goes with this channel. Okay. It's also called Life Without a Witness. And it's easy to get to, is lifewithoutawitness.blogspot.com. Okay. So I'm transferring the blogs that I've written that are related to this content, because some stuff over there is related to more businessy type stuff, but it still incorporates this stuff a little bit. But I've incorporated them and I moved them from there to here. Plus I've added a couple new ones. And I'm excited. Okay, I'm very excited because like I said, it's been a couple years since I really even felt like writing about this stuff, and I'm very excited. The operation was a success, but the patient died. How progress keeps us from reaching the goal. Yes, sounds very contradictory, but progress can keep us from reaching the goal. And so this is the post right here. Please, go ahead and read it, comment on it, if you have any comments about it. There is no middle. Okay. Now here, this was back when I think it was 2018. Trevor Noah, no, was it 2018? 2018 or 2019, something like that. Trevor Noah wrote an article called "Let's Not Be Divided. Divided people are easier to rule." Okay. And he talks about meeting in the middle. Well, from the perspective I have now, from the picture that I'm seeing now, I do not see a middle. Okay. Now these are just ideas. All right. Nothing here is true or false. Okay. Nothing here is right or wrong. These are just ideas, that I see from this perspective. That's all it is. Okay. Worship a fatal mistake. I talk about how, we praise and worship in church or, wherever you go. And I thought it was fatal. Okay. Soup of the day, the tears of your enemies. This was a lot of fun to write and to see, okay, how we get overjoyed. I mean, just giddy with excitement when we see our enemies punished. Okay, what is that all about? Why do we feel that way? Okay. And that's my take on that. The hate we hide. Here I talk about a video I watched of Saddam Hussein methodically executing people in his own party. Okay. And their reaction to that. This one is, they're all good. So ending the war between dollars and cents. This was huge. Okay. And I remember when I wrote this, now it's not April 10th. Like I said, I transferred. I wrote all these a while ago, except for the first one. The first one is fairly new. About poverty. We talk about money like nothing else. Okay. Why is money so important? Why do we feel like we need it? Okay. Why in reality, it seems like we do need it. It ain't about feeling. It's about you either having a home or not, okay, or having food or not, okay. So why is it like that? The second time I committed suicide, okay. This is very interesting, I think. And as is this, silence implies consent. A very, very interesting experiment by Dr. Edward Tronick of UMass Boston called the still face experiment. I take this experiment and sprinkle it with my interpretation as it relates to spirituality. Okay, so Life Without a Witness. Go ahead and can you sign on to it? Like, how does this work? I think I have to, maybe I have to set it up some kind of way where you get alerts. I'm gonna have to go back in here in the back office and see how I do that so that you can actually like sign on to see when I post something. Okay. All right. All right. Now that's all I wanted. I wanted to share this blog with you. It's here, it's available, it's up. I'm going to do something to it. So, make it easy for you to subscribe to it. Okay. If you want to do that. And, if you're going to subscribe to this, please, if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I talk about the same kind of stuff. My YouTube channel, I talk about the same kind of stuff. All right. All right. So that's it. Thanks so much for listening. And I didn't even start my banner. I'm about to put this banner up here. Show. There we go. Okay. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you think it would be useful for somebody, you can go ahead and share it. And hit that bell so that you know when I make a video. You can be alerted, when I make a video, so you can come in and we can chat about some stuff. Okay. I do have a comments bar. So if you guys want to chat about anything while I'm doing the live, then we can absolutely do that. All right. Thanks so much for listening, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.